right now, someone is searching what is the best product, what is the best company, who should I hire, and if you are not on that short list, you don't exist. So ripping up the old playbooks, there's no page 2, page 3 of Google, there's no paid search. So I am going to take you along with me this week and share some of the learnings on this new book of distribution in the Agentic era. It's Tuesday. It is a steamy one out today. In New York City, you have to be mindful of like the fabrics that you're wearing because it is so hot and you're in it. You're in the subway, you're on a train, you're walking the streets. The vitamin D is fantastic for the soul, so I'm not complaining. It's 10:35 and we have an 11 o'clock call, and I want to go get a beverage and return a phone call before that, so we'll keep it snappy. But I wanted to provide some context from yesterday. What I'm seeing in distribution, particularly in finance, is we are entering a completely different era, what I'm calling the Agentic era. So if we're looking back at previous eras, I say there's three that I've lived through, which is, one is the brick and mortar. When you would go into a physical bank, you would get a recommendation for an advisor from friends and family. You would get information from either your advisor or maybe your broker. Your broker, you would call them to make trades. That's really that brick and mortar era one. The second era is what I call the app era. This is when we started using apps on our smartphones to do a lot of those same tasks. So we started using our banking app, making trades through an app, and even getting financial insights from YouTube and X and Reddit. Not that those are places that you want to go to for financial advice, but we were able to get more context than maybe we were before in the brick and mortar era. So you have the era 1, brick and mortar, era 2 is the apps, era 3 is what I'm calling the Agentic era. At this point, most of us are using some sort of LLM, some sort of AI tool to do research or get information. So if I'm looking for an advisor or a financial product, or I have questions, I'm going to probably access that through some sort of LLM. And what that means is we now have two different customers. We have one, the human, which we want to develop trust, have a friendly UI on our website, build those relationships. But two, our other customer is an agent. So now our website and all of the information that's out and about that they're going to crawl to find needs to be accessible to that agent, or we won't be found. And there's a few ways to do that and get started that are pretty simple that I want to share. But to be honest, I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. Everything is changing so quickly to the extent that I could put this video out and there could be information that's irrelevant in a week. I'm just going to keep communicating and providing as much insight as I can to share with you as I'm learning as well. With that, let's go get an iced something. Just got off the train because I realized I don't have fork and I'm starving, so now we have to take a different train because we're hungry. We're hungry girls. It's Wednesday. It is steamy in New York City today, which is always difficult when you're trying to wear office attire. But we have a busy day. It's the end of the quarter and we're entering the holiday. So for all my accountants and folks with deadlines out there, Godspeed. I feel like the logistics in New York City many times is, do I think I can make this? I think we can make it. Can I make that light? Can I make that train? Can I make that deal happen? So we've had a busy morning, had a coffee meeting and then back-to-back meetings, and the call that I just got out of, and we were actually discussing several ways to make sure that we are optimizing for agentic search or agentic discoverability. Right, we had to pull over because I was zigging and zagging and it's hot and I needed to find a little bit of shade. So we're about to head over to Rockefeller Center. We're on our way. I think this actually might be St. Patrick's Cathedral. It is. But I wanted to pop on here and share what we talked about in my last meeting this morning, which was internal, and we're looking at how to improve agentic discoverability. And there's so many ways. Do a little recon, go to Claude, say do an audit on my website, tell me how to optimize. It's going to give you some more personalized feedback. But here now, I'm just going to give you the 3 that we talked about today, which is 1 is implement an FAQ. How would someone find you if they were typing a question in an LLM? So what are the holdings for something, or who are the advisors in this city, or whatever it might be, and implementing that onto your website. We're going to implement those in our YouTube descriptions, in press releases. So we have a collection of FAQs, and we want those to be everywhere, as many places as we can. So when someone types that question in LLM, they're going to get to us or you. That's the goal. We're a team here. I've never used the word gatekeeping, not that I recall, but I'm not gatekeeping this information. Second is schema. So if you have important information hidden in a PDF or an image on your website, pull that biz out so that if an agent were to crawl your website, it could find that data. And lastly is clarity. Make sure that your message is clear and concise, and it's repetitive across all the platforms. We don't have to think about what's the fanciest way that I can say something. How can I sound so smart and articulate? It's like, stop. Like, just give a clear, concise answer. I think that's beneficial for humans as well. And lastly is measure. There are tools out there that will outline which LLMs are sending traffic your way. Google Analytics has something as well. So measure where you are today, and then set a reminder in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, circle back. Are you seeing more traffic coming in from LLMs into your site? Right? I'm getting super sweaty. So let's head over and I'm going to show you guys what I'm getting. All right, I have a confession, and I just shared a small glimpse with you, but I don't like AI for my daily priorities. I said it, said what I said. I created the morning brief that's pulling from my calendars, from my master to-do list and database that's in Notion. I mean, I have AI'd and organized myself all I can, but there's just something fantastic about looking at everything, prioritizing tactically, listing out what I need to accomplish today. And I don't get super hyped on the crossing out. I know some people are into the crossing out piece, but certainly the listing it out in the morning and prioritizing is incredibly helpful for me. So, you know what? Sometimes you just got to do what you want to do. And it's cool to be super optimized, but it's not cool when you don't prioritize and you don't get things done. So at the end of the day, do you. It's the end of the week, y'all. It's a holiday weekend, good times. Just walked down to the beach with the doggo. What's up, Griffers? It is hot. I was gonna sit down on a rock, but just burned my butt. nail. I wanted to just kind of reflect on what I was talking about earlier in the week, but instead I'm going to completely pivot. I am not on Instagram often. I actually delete the app most times, but as I'm looking to create more content on my own, I am like, all right, I got to get back in this. I discovered JessieG, I think is her name, and the Yap Challenge, and I think I'm going to sign up for it. But it's kind of about social media. I don't really know what it's really about, but yapping, social media, the future, connection, being honest, authentic. She's based in Colorado. All things that I love. I'm really connecting to that now because so much of the finance or tech content that I'm consuming is very polished. And I think that's really helpful, but it's also very difficult for me to create polished content all the time. I oftentimes have to do multiple takes. I stumble over my words, but it is a skill and I think you get better. And I just want to throw this out as a reminder. If there's something that you have been thinking about doing, just do it. It's going to be bad. It's going to be messy at first, and that's okay. I mean, I look back at my videos each week when I edit them and I'm like, oh, I should have said that differently. That didn't come off right. I should have finished this differently. But just get 1% better with each time we create something new. Then that's a win. So yeah, guess I'm gonna head back home. I really wish I could get into that water. It is so hot. It's like 96 degrees. Okay, so with that, I hope you have a great day. Get outside, go walk your dog or go pet a dog, and stay curious.